Bless it. Bless it. Hey, everybody. Still getting situated. Yeah. Got some spicy chicken tenders and some JoJo potatoes to eat. It's my first meal of the day, so I'm still a little grumpy because I haven't eaten, even though it's almost 4:30 in the afternoon. Hey, Magandachi, how are you doing? I'm on leave today, and I'll be on leave most of the time until the last few days before I fly to the Philippines. So I may have to go in for a little bit to send off an email giving him my official 2-week notice, maybe sometime next week. But I'm basically done at work except for checkouts. And now I got to go through all my crap at the house. Good grief, the mosquitoes are already out. What's up, Jester? Long time for what? I've been saving up leave for a long time, that's for sure. I think I went live last weekend. Hey, Nanners, thanks. Kabanga Vlog, thank you. Yep, got my tickets.
I'm a fucking mess right now.
Yeah, you are.
My finger hurt, my shoulders hurt, and my legs kicking off on me.
These spicy chicken tenders aren't necessarily healthy, but they just sounded good. How's everybody doing? I actually mixed the that blue cheese and that. Good. Yep. Ash is down next to me. I know what I'm missing. Let me know up or down on the music. The chicken tenders are already spicy, but I mixed some garlic buffalo sauce with some blue cheese dressing. And now I'd like to welcome to the stage President Putin. Oh, good job, Joe. Good job. I'm just ready to get out of this crazy joint. They had ice today, so I was able to get ice for ice water. So, and it's not as hot as it was. It was bad. It was like Monday or Tuesday. It was 90 some degrees, which for here is crazy hot. Nothing happened on the dog front yet. I gotta find some paperwork for the vet to, even though they scanned his microchip, so they know he's microchipped and what his identification is, I have to try and find the paperwork from when he was microchipped. I don't know why that matters, but evidently they have to say when and where he was microchipped. I didn't say anything, but I wanted to say you guys are stupid. You can scan him and tell he's microchipped. You did it because you told me what the number was, and it was the wrong number from what the breeder had written on the paperwork. Jester, you're spending too much time around my tats. Your English is getting worse. What happened, dog front? You guys can have your little lovers chat somewhere else. Well, at least you own it, Matats. Jester, depending how long the layover is, if it's the same day, it might be easier to stay the night at the hotel across the street from the airport. I'd be happy to pay for that. Because you're going to have to exit security anyway to meet whoever has him and check him in if the paperwork's done for you to bring Ash. I don't think it's a matter of explaining to the dog to security. We just got to figure out where to check him in. You'll have all the health paperwork. It's not going to matter to security. But I mean, you're going to have to exit security. So unless you have a super long layover, it's probably best to overnight in Seattle. But that's up to you. I'll somehow meet you. Are you talking about in Seattle or in Manila or what, Jester? I don't know. I'll have to talk to Philippine Airlines, but I don't know that they, yeah, I'll meet you in Manila, but I got to find out if the direct flights from the little planes they use from the direct flights from Manila to Dumaguete can carry a dog in a crate, or if I have to fly Dumaguete to Manila and Manila to Cebu on a larger plane and then bus it down to the ferry. So it could be quite the journey getting Ash from Manila back to Duma. That's fine. We'll just go up and spend the night in Manila. We'll figure it out. But the trickiest part is going to be you're going to need a big enough gap in Seattle to get out of the secure area, meet up with whoever's bringing the dog, check him in, and get checked back in. And I don't know how hard it is to add another checked item en route. That could be interesting. I don't think that should really matter. It'll just tag it as they'll identify you as the one accompanying him, even though we're checking him in Seattle. And if it doesn't work out, then I'll fly all the way back and get him myself. It's not going to be my parents. They're not being helpful, so it'll be somebody else, but it'll be somebody. But don't usually when you change from one flight to the other, don't you usually just stay in the secured area? Or you don't always pick up your checked bags, right? So it's a little weird. I don't know exactly how it works because I've never done something like this before, but
I'm going to try that thing called sleep again.
take a Benadryl or two.
I want to have maybe an hour and a half to sleep.
Take a cup Benadryl, put some music on or something, put that fan in there so it's got some noise, drowning everything else out.
That doesn't work with me. Music and TV, unless it's a football game. I can fall asleep during a football game, but if it's a movie or something, it's like I get into the movie and then.
I didn't say that. I said like music or something. Not. I didn't say movie. I said music.
Yeah.
I've got a relaxation playlist where sometimes it's just like thunder and rain.
Take a couple ibuprofen too.
Yeah, but if you're like my itinerary, I don't think I have to, because when I fly from Seattle to San Francisco, it's Alaska Airlines, and then the rest of the way it's Philippine Airlines. I don't have to exit and pick up my bags to get my bags from Alaska to Philippine Airlines, do I? I wouldn't think so, because it's a booked trip. Wouldn't they just transfer it from one to the other? I'll have to check. I don't know if I agree with that. Really? I've never heard that before.
Okay, good night, man.
All right. Well, then hopefully I have enough. That is stupid. That is dumb. So let's say I have 2.5 or 3 hours in San Francisco and I have to change terminals. I have to leave to the baggage area, check back in, and get back through TSA in time to get to my stupid flight. I don't know. That seems odd. Yep, of course. I dripped blue cheese. Dripped white stuff on my towel. Yeah, well, Dauntless, I'm moving there and I'm not a hobo, so I'm going to have checked bags. I love some blue cheese. Some blue cheese is really good, and some of it tastes like cottage cheese out of a gym shoe. Blue cheese and goat cheese. There's good blue cheese and horrible. I don't know if I like Stilton or not, dude. I just know I usually get it when I get wings, and some places that I get blue cheese with my wings, I like it, and other times I get it and I have to taste it ahead of time. I'm like, nope, too funky. It doesn't matter if it's thick or thin, it's the actual blue cheese that's used. Just like goat cheese. Some goat cheese is really good. Other goat cheese, yeah, I mean, it's all goaty, but some goat cheese is just wretched. Thanks, Tindoy. Appreciate it. Good to see you again. Make a love shout out. Well, hopefully I make it from Alaska Airlines out, get my bags, get checked in, recheck my bags, and through TSA in time. I need to check online because I'm hoping my TSA pre-check will still be in effect, because I had that selected because of my government passport, but you can use it for your regular one too. You just have to like add some information. So I'm gonna do that. Yeah, and imagine if I was trying to fly Ash to San Francisco or LAX. So it wouldn't just be leaving, grabbing my bags, but figuring out, because I don't know that he comes out on a conveyor. You probably have to like go to shipping. Getting him there is going to be a nightmare, but once he's there, it'll be fine. All right, we got to talk about something other than flights and dogs, because my anxiety is going up and I'm starting to get pissed. I do not need an anxiety attack today. Jojo potatoes. No, I usually just go in my shorts. I guess I should get a swimsuit though, in case there's a pool and we go in the pool, so I don't bleach my shorts. Nice. I'm rather offended at my tats though. My tats. See if she's in here paying attention. Didn't want to share a room with Chi and I. Man. Hey, Donna Dodora TV, Mega Live shout out. I'm just ready to get there and be done with all the hassle. Fly in, hang out with Chi. Am I that scary? My goodness. Oh my good eye. I'm not sure how I should read your comment, Matats. All you got to do is sit quietly and watch. I already told you, I don't need to be taught. I teach. And the proper way to respond is, yes, sir, thank you, sir. Whatever you say, sir. And I'm older than you, so you can add po. Gary, I'm usually eating if I'm on stream. If I'm not eating, I'm snacking and still eating. So we'll be sure to have popcorn for you, my tuts. Poor Cheese hiding in the corner of her store, just like, oh my lord. Sana all. It would make a great movie. Maybe I need to launch a Fansly ahead of time. Popcorn and drinks for you. Oh, comments. I just thought of a different acronym for ATV, and I'm not going to say it out loud. But the V isn't a vehicle. I think I embarrassed the guy that bought my house last night. I played Legend's story from the night before 4th of July that everybody stayed up late for. Oh my. I don't think he really came back for the rest of the night. I think, yeah. I am the teacher of many things. I drink and I know things. I should be a language teacher. I have a doctorate in being a cunning linguist. No. No, Dauntless, do not go to Sulu unless you're trying to die. And I think you said that in somebody else's live stream recently. That's a horrible idea. Thanks, Melody Shorts. I know I'm already connected to you. You should have already been connected to me. I've seen you a lot of times, but if not, thanks for doing it now. She hasn't said a word since she got in here and said hello. Either she's embarrassed or maybe she has blackout. So there's a lot. If you just look up Worry Worry Cha Cha, you're not going to find it. You need Ware, Cha-Cha, Disco Mix, DJ space JNG. Otherwise, you'll find about 1,000 mixes, and you may or may not find that particular one. That's Philippines music. And I found that thanks to the beautiful Chi the Filipina. You'll find with me, at least at this point, most things for me tie back into the Philippines in one way or another. Professor Storm, yes. Thanks, Melody Shorts. Let's go with Doctor. Maybe it's a PhD. Go away, bugs. I trimmed my hair and my beard today specifically for going live streaming, so I look nicer. Because it's been a minute. It's been like 10 days since I cleaned up. Where is Chi? Say hello, Chi. I know you're there somewhere. Probably. Or she's trying to get a refund for the room in Valencia. Hi, Nicole. Sana all. Of course I did. Another rando. I want to get down with Dumatete. Nanners, I think you and Jester are going to have to junk him Po or cross swords. Another rando. Who are you? I feel like it'll end up being another one of Squid's alt accounts. Todd, welcome, welcome. Crossing swords. I can't schedule my lives around Jasper anymore because he's gone live early too. So I can't just necessarily start up before 9 a.m. Philippines time because he could pop on early. And if I wait after his video premiere, he may be on in 15 minutes, he may be on in an hour and 45 minutes, or he may not be on at all. Killing me, Smalls. He was pretty consistent at 9 a.m. and then he decided to. Chromecast 1040. There. Then he started premiering his videos at 9 a.m. instead of going live. But you think he'd immediately go live after that, but it's, like I said, anywhere from 15 minutes to an hour, 45 minutes later. So I'll just have to go live and then jump off when he comes on. You're going to all of the danger zones. Dauntless, you're an idiot. Because if you want to die, that's how you die. I can think of easier ways to die than trying to go to the most discouraged places in the Philippines. Because it may not be a pleasant way to die. You're not stirring anyone's porridge. There's dangerous. That's skydiving. That's diving in a shark cage. Going to places like you're talking about. That's not being brave or adventurous. That's being stupid. And yes, I'm going to tell you that to your face. Because it's my live stream, so I can say what I want. If somebody's being dumb, I'm going to tell them they're being dumb. The girlfriend has changed the whole dynamic, as I knew it would. Oh, you mean with Jasper? Yeah, but I don't think it's just him trying to be calmer for her. I think she calms him down, so. Oh, and here comes my neighbor. Of course. So, buddy. I got most of the stuff out of the car. Once we push it out, I can get the rest. Ash, stop it. Stay down, dude.
He's fine.
Yeah, so soon, whenever you want to get it, we can. Well, I think Chip just laid down. So not necessarily right this moment, but. Ash! Stop! Come on. Hey, Ash, go. Stay back. That's a weapon of mass destruction because he doesn't realize that it skins the crap out of you when he comes up next to you. That's not Sigma, Dauntless. That's stupid.
Okay. I got a guy that will come and get that anytime. We just call him.
The gold one or the green one?
The green one I'm keeping.
Oh, really? The gold, so you're not going to keep the Honda?
No, I'm not going to keep it.
Okay.
Wrong year for me.
Okay, that's fine.
I want the next generation.
Yeah. That's okay. My dad's supposed to be sending up the keys. I did find a set for that. And I found another set of keys. So I think I have another set of keys for this one that he's getting and the green one. But he's supposed to be mailing them up. I will call and make sure he's done that. I have ignition key for that. I do not have door key currently because...
The guy ain't going to need it. It's Derby.
What about title?
He needs the title.
Yeah, I'm going to have to request one.
Okay.
I looked and looked and looked and it... I feel like my dad probably grabbed that one too and lost it.
Oh, okay.
Because I didn't... took the keys. So, and then for the last year claimed he didn't have them. So I had him check and he's like, yeah, they were in my suitcase. Thanks, jackass. You could have figured that out a year ago. Hey, Scott Mason. It's an interesting bug. Yeah. So tomorrow night is your derby.
Yep.
I'll see what we're doing. There's a chance I could get called to work. I actually worked 5.5 hours overtime last night. I left at 2:30. I got there at 12:30 and left at 2:30 a.m. So it was a long shift.
I don't do overtime.
Well, it wasn't expected. The thing that they ended up doing, they were supposed to start before lunch, and the ship took over 3 hours to hang the tags. So it was almost 1600 before I could give the package to work. And they actually thought it was going to be like another 2 or 3 hours longer than it took. So they did a really good job of getting it put back together. But hey, Scott. Hey, Philip. Yeah, it's official. I bought my tickets yesterday for the Philippines. I'm flying out on the 9th of August.
Okay. So, yeah. So we got time then.
Yeah. Month from today, I'm flying out. I'll already be through security or in line at security a month from today.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of kids now that want Honda Accords like mine because I won 2 championships.
Nice.
It's like, okay, well, it all depends on the engine you put in it. I just ran stock, but you know, that one kid, he got that dang engine. It's fast as heck. Can't turn corners very well, but straightaways, yeah, there's no catching him. I would have won that figure 8 if I wouldn't have blown a tire. He was behind me, but he wasn't catching me. Alrighty, I just thought I'd stop by.
Yeah, man, it's good to see you. I was wanting to talk to you. So they put me on day shift, and then Saturday or Sunday last weekend, they unexpectedly had to put me back on swing shift. So I'd have come talk to you in the afternoon or the evening this week, but I've been on swing shift again. But as of now, I'm on leave until at least the 5th or 6th of August, maybe even the 7th. And then I'll go back in those last few days to do my checkouts. I don't know if it'll be Thursday or Friday that they have me turn in my stuff. Probably Friday. So I'll turn in my stuff, and they've got to be quick about it because I'm going to have to turn in my badges and basically almost go straight to the airport because I fly out at like 18:45 on the 9th from SeaTac. So
Alrighty. Not a problem. I'm gonna go load up the car now.
all right.
I've been loading up the truck and getting all my parts together today and trying to stay cool.
Roger. Yeah, I'm glad it's not hot like it was last weekend and stuff. It was bad.
Yeah, it's still gonna be hot tomorrow. There's no shade where at the track.
Yeah, but what was it, last Thursday or Friday? It was like 90 something,
Yeah.
or maybe it was Monday. I don't know.
Oh, 95.
Yeah.
Bad. Yep. Alrighty.
All right, take it easy. Have a good race if I don't see you.
All right.
And we'll get this taken care of as quick as possible because I need them gone.
Well, one way or another, I can still go down there.
Okay.
Until I get the title.
Cool. Appreciate it.
Worst case scenario, I gotta cut them up to get rid of them. I've had to do that.
Well, if it comes down to that, we'll do that. I appreciate it. All right, bud. Thanks. Then I have 1 year there. You can extend up to 36 months. That's 3 years. In 29 to 60-day increments. And then you leave for 1 day and come right back. So after 36 months, after 3 years, go to Thailand for a day, or Guam for a day, or Singapore for a day. I mean, if I was going to go somewhere like that, I'd probably make it 4 or 5 days, just turn it into a mini trip. But yeah, unless you get denied extension, you can stay up to 36 months. So I'm not sure where the 1 year there comes from. Of course, I come outside and my nose is congested. Oh, stupid thing. All right, Jasper has yeah, it's 36 months now. But it's in 1 to 2 month increments. There was a 6 month, maybe they'll bring it back. They're also working on it may be out yet, or by now, I don't know. They're working on a 2-year digital nomad visa. But there's a bunch of wickets you have to meet. I don't think working on like YouTube does it. You have to, I don't know all the requirements, but there's a lot of hoops to jump through to qualify for that. But I think once it's granted, you don't have to screw around with going to immigration all the time. I think you're just in and good for the 2 years. Maybe you have to pay something every year, but yeah, I saw that he just premiered one. I will check it out later. His timing for his video premieres is not good for me. So I will do my thing. Usually I'll exit it, but because that's early now. So now he's moved his video premieres earlier, probably so he can live at 9. But that's not great because I was doing my lives before him. So if he's going to be premiering his videos before 9 a.m. so he can go live at 9 a.m., then I'm not going to stop my live stream, because we never know what time he's going to start his and how long it's going to go. It may be 45 minutes. It may be almost 3 hours. I am respectful and I adjust my schedule around his, but give me a break. At some point, I've also got to do my thing. I'm not going to directly interfere with his live, but make a fucking schedule. And no, I'm not sorry for the occasional language. I was a sailor. I've been around sailors for almost 30 years. Live with the occasional language. It's going to happen. And if you think it's often, it's not. If you heard me at work, that's often. This is not often. Okay, well, at the same time, if you earn it, own it. Hey, Mark Wharton, thanks for joining up. Appreciate it. Sir K. Don't call me Sir K. It's too much like my thought immediately goes to Tim K, and I'm like, no, thank you. I don't want that visual image. I understand what you meant, but it's too close. Man, my allergies were like fine until I come out here to do my live stream, and now I'm getting like congested, and I don't really want to take a. Oh, I have humor too. I have humor. It can be rather brutal. Some of my humor will seem like I am just annihilating somebody. Now, if you want to say Sir Storm, Sir Kuya, but Sir K, I think TK. Yeah. Interesting. So that big news today about the AT&T data breach that is almost all of their customers. You'd think that like just happened, right? I just saw a new top story that adds was breached in 2022. So it's breaking news today. It happened 2 years ago, sometime 2 years ago in 2022. Interesting. All of that ties back into all of the stupid stuff going on because they want everybody freaked out about the sniffles or the avian sniffles or hackings or conflicts. All right, Scott, take it easy, buddy. I just have to get, this is why I decided to move it up. Hey, Ed, wow, I love shout out. So this is why I moved it up, because the Marfugal News and Marfugal TV that I listen to, and I like him partly because he's from Washington State and he lives about 2 hours from me. But I've been listening to him for like 5 years, and he's very meticulous about his information. And even if you don't agree with his take on something, you can go on his website and look at all the sources for everything he talks about, and you can research it for yourself and come up with your own opinions. You don't have to go with his opinion, and he tries to be relatively unbiased. But a lot of the things that are now spiking in the news, he's been talking about for quite a while, because it wasn't necessarily that they weren't reporting it, they were putting it on the back pages, or you get heads up from people. Speaking on the condition of anonymity, no, he would like tell you somebody told us this, but usually he doesn't really put anything out unless he can go and source it from somewhere, and then he lets you know. Right. Or China, Russia, China. I still love that video clip of that Chinese guy. Donald Trump, don't touch China. China is asshole. You can just search on YouTube, Donald Trump, don't trust China, and it comes right up. It's hilarious. I don't know that he was. I know they consider Hong Kong China, but they were kind of somewhat independent, like Taiwan, but not separated. So, or not like Taiwan is. So he may have been a Hong Kong protester. Yeah, well, right, but everybody everywhere is doing stupid stuff, but a lot of things are being pushed because of the election in the US, even if it's around the world. Because there's a whole lot of people around the world that don't like us, and even outside this country, don't want Trump to be president again because they know he'll actually be tough on them, and they can't get away with a lot of the stupid things that they're doing now. So they want Biden or another lefty in there, maybe heels up Harris. Did you hear about that? They were flying somewhere, and they went over the intercom, wheels up in 10 minutes, and they went into where the vice president was sitting, and she had her legs up in the air. And they're like, "Ma'am, Vice President, what are you doing?" She's like, "They said heels up in 10 minutes. I'm early." Oh, yeah, she was known as Heels Up Harris in California. Yeah, but it's everything from the previous type of sniffles to avian sniffles to conflicts to domestic terrorists to, well, we know bad people are coming across the border. And a lot of the Chinese people coming across the border, it's like, how did you get out of China in the first place? I watched a video, and they went and saw some Chinese immigrants, but they went to the border wall and this place where they were crossing. There was nobody there when they were there, but there were like Chinese birth certificates and passports. And they ask them where they're going, and either they won't respond or someone will say, to camp. Yeah, you can't tell me they're not going to a camp to become good, upstanding U.S. citizens and integrate to the country. They're obviously going to be militarized. Peter, what's up, dude? Yeah, Hong Kong protester. That's a funny clip. Oh my goodness. Don't ask China. China is asshole. Yeah, but there's a lot of stuff that's not crazy ideas. A lot of it is factual. Even if you find out a number of years later, they may say that you're a crazy conspiracy theorist, and then 3 to 5 years later, it's in the mainstream news, and it turns out you weren't crazy. You just knew about it before everybody else. Do I think the earth is flat? No. I don't believe everything on the internet, but there's a lot of things when it comes to government conspiracies that aren't conspiracy theory. They're conspiracy speculation, and often backed up with facts, and later on you find out, oh, yep, that was 100% correct, or pretty close to it. A little bit of a rock star rant, because I had 2 rock stars and I had some food, so no, I'm not grumpy. I have a full belly. Yeah, Vice President Trump. That's okay. I still think the other one was better. And I'd like to welcome to the stage President of Ukraine, President Putin. Okay, he's totally. I just had Putin's on my mind, so nothing. No. Yeah, lots of military-aged males. It's craziness. Dogs and cats falling from the sky. Mass hysteria. Pikahi, birahi, chachahi, maganda chi. Yeah. Well, you don't have to come across the border to get harassed in your own country. You'll get felt up by the TSA at just flying domestically. I almost think it would be funny to like go south somewhere and find your way back across the border and then go south again so that you were exiting on your passport multiple times, and then they're like, but you that would I bet you get in pretty big trouble about that. How did you not re-enter? Oh, I entered. We don't have record of that. Maybe you had a glitch. Send them to oil. I almost wonder if that other Craig in your live last night, Chi, was actually Jasper on an alt account trying to see if I'd get spun up if you were being flirted with. That's my conspiracy theory for the moment. I think Jasper was shit testing me to see if I'd get jealous. Yes, I'm a conspiracy realist. You can look it up so you don't just have to believe me, but the clowns in America use the letters to make the agency acronym are actually the ones that created the term conspiracy theorist or conspiracy theory. And they did it specifically so they could put out propaganda to discredit people that came out with things that were probably close to correct. So, and they that way now they can just be like, oh, that's a conspiracy theory. And they think, oh, okay, that person's crazy. Yeah, AJ has been right about many things. You know, he woke me up to a lot of stuff. Yes, I let's not put the acronym in the chat, at least not in all in together. We'll call it, but we call them clowns in America. Somebody else came up with that a few years back. But yes, they did. Yeah, there were two Craig. There was Craig Anderson, then there was this Craig from Texas or somewhere in there last night, flirting up a storm with her, with Chi. And it may have just been somebody flirting, but I think it was about the same time that Jasper went silent. So I feel like it was Jasper alt account shit testing me, which is fine. Which would also fit because he knows Anderson irritates the crap out of me. Ash, down. I'm gonna run inside and grab some ice water. I have my mic on, so you'll all be able to hear me. But I will be right back. I gotta get some ice water and put some blue cheese dressing in the fridge. Yeah, I feel like the second Craig was probably Jasper. And I think he had Marion on it too. Let's see if we can spin Storm. Why do you go and do something silly like that? That's not in anybody's best interest. Water is good. That's some high quality H2O. No, Colonel Sanders, you're wrong. Mama's right. If anybody doesn't know, I'm doing Adam Sandler impressions from Waterboy. Bobby Boucher. Yeah, I kept saying English and Mary kept talking Bisaya. And then she got smart with me. Yeah, I didn't even think to check his account to see how old the account was. If he shows up, I'll look at that again, but I didn't even think to look at it. And I don't think Cheese live stream is. There were comments afterwards. Oh, I'll have to look at that. Interesting. Did that, if that Craig commented, we could look at the account and see how old the account is. So let me know if there's a comment there. You can let me know how old it is. Yeah, Ed, you've been a little MIA lately, but I know you haven't been feeling well. I hope you're feeling better, buddy. I wonder what I'm not on Social Security, but the increase to Social Security is usually similar to what the increase for VA disability is. So I'm curious to see what it'll say, because I think they're both increased somewhat through the CPI, Consumer Price Index. So this year's COLA could come in lower than in 2024. Forecast next year's COLA to be 2.63%, slightly lower than their last month's estimate of 2.57. How the article is dumb. It says Senior Citizens League forecasts next year's COLA to be at 2.63%, slightly lower than last month's 2.57%. How is 2.63 lower than 2.57? I'm not a journalist. I'm not an English major, but wow, the people they have writing these articles are bad. Let's see. Hillary used to constantly. Well, hang in there, Ed. Hopefully you feel better. I don't need to bring Ash near the camera because Ash has been pretty consistently screwing with my cables and knocking everything off the table. Ash. Hi, buddy. Sit. Everybody wants you to say hi. All right, get down. Get down, please. Now having fun getting my tripod back down. I could see him doing it because he knows I have a little. Well, Ash is only about 19 months old. Ash is still, for a Labrador, that's still pretty much considered puppy. So yes, he still has a lot of energy because for a lab, he's still a puppy. Yeah, he's so sweet. I hope we can manage to get him over with Jester. If we don't, I'll go back and get him myself. It'll just be easier if Jester can snag him on his way through sea. That's my current plan. I'm not even, especially since the vet's kind of screwing around. I don't know why. Maybe the USDA requires them to say where he got chipped at, but I mean, they scan them at the vet. They know his ID code. They can associate that with his rabies vaccine. So I don't know why they need the paperwork, but now I got to go through a bunch of things that I'm going to plan on going through anyway, but I have to hurry it up so I can get the paperwork going so I can try and have it ready. Hopefully it'll be approved before Chester flies through the first week of October. Well, Jasper should test people's LDRs. So he could have been seeing how she would respond to certain things, but also see if I got wound up. So I don't put it out of the realm of possibility. It's not a big deal if he was. That's just how my mind thinks. I'm always analyzing things, and I was like, Jasper stopped talking. Wait a minute, that's about the same time as Craig 2 came in. Maybe it's just a quinky dink. Everybody's quiet. We got 10 likes, 8 people. Not a whole lot of chat flow. Come on, people. I am keeping an eye out for notifications about Jasper's live stream. When Jasper goes live, then... Right, Todd? Come on now. When I say something, I may not immediately explain it, but I usually have wheels turning in my head as to why I think something. It just sometimes takes me a while to spit out why I'm thinking that way. And I understand reasons for being secret right now, but I can't say that I'm terribly happy about it. And Jasper knows that. So he was probably testing both of us if it was him. Yeah, it's very funny. Do you see me laughing? Like the belly laughter from when Legend was telling his story? No. In fact, as I'm watching myself on the screen, I see a bit of flushed skin color. Oh yeah, I'll probably ask him, but if that account made a comment on her videos or the live, that would be interesting to see how old the account is. Yes. Certain things don't set me off, other things set me off. I'm not like a crazy jealous person. I'm really not. And although certain people irritate me, but just random people flirting or something doesn't. What sets you off, dude? Yes, let's see. Come on. I spent many, many years on and around submarines. You don't show the weak points in your armor. You do that on a submarine, and they'll take that little microscopic thing and they'll start poking it with a needle and making the hole bigger. Pretty soon you've got a javelin in your side. I don't know why he would trip out. I would think that he's smart enough to see why I could think that he would do something like that, because I'm not talking shit about him. I'm not mad if he did it. I would think it was kind of funny. I would think he would be impressed that I figured it out if it was him. I just analyze the crap out of everything, even if it's a day later. But even last night, I was kind of thinking, I was a little distracted, where I would have checked like the date on the account and stuff, but because I was doing a bunch of work last night. I worked 5.5 hours of overtime last night. Got home I left at 2:30. I was supposed to leave at 9 p.m. That was my 8 hours plus a lunch. And then we're not supposed to go over 12 hours, but they got me special permission to go over 12 hours. Because my 12 hours with the 30-minute lunch would have been 1 a.m. and I was there till 2:30 a.m. So it was about 2:45 by the time I was in my car and started driving, because I had to get my windshield defrosted a bit because of the humidity. So I got home about 3:40. No, I'm pretty mellow today. My allergies are kind of irritating me. I'm a little tired. I want to take a Benadryl so I'm not congested. That's what's messing with my speech right now, but Benadryl make me super duper tired. But I have had to be taking those because of all the flowers and grasses and things. So all the different pollens and grasses are setting off my seasonal allergies. You have to be. If you're not, you're probably not going to do well, if you even manage to get your submarine dolphins. I can't tell if you're making a joke or not. It doesn't matter. There's a really good chance that I think it was about 1:30 this morning. That could have been the last time I'm ever on a submarine in my life. And I was like quickly walking off, and I stopped and looked back, and I was looking. I've been very mindful to be aware of those things. There's a lot of pride with it, and I won't miss the stress and the stressful job, but I'll miss the crews. Those sailors are like the top 5 or 10% of the Navy. I mean, you have good people in the surface fleet and Airedale fleet too. Airedale would be like aircraft, but you definitely have to work hard and prove yourself to make it on submarines. You can be assigned, but until you earn your fish, your submarine dolphin insignia, you're just a non-qual. They call them nubs, non-useful body, air breathers. Of course, they consider that kind of hazing, so you're not supposed to call them nubs anymore. So we came up with a different acronym, SKIPS, which is a submarine knowledge impaired person. But even ones that we hassle, like if they get their fish, but we still act like they're dumb, they're still smarter than just about anybody off the street, and definitely a step above carrier people. There's great people on carriers, but man, there's a lot of window lickers on carriers. Some of them, they just need people to do certain functions, but they are not a great crop of people. It doesn't take a whole lot. Yep, nubs, skips. So every week they would have school of the boat, where they would teach something to the non-quals. So the joke, we'd call it, instead of school of the boat, we'd call it nub of the sub. And then when they told us we couldn't call them nubs anymore, we started calling it skip of the ship. But most submariners, pretty much all submariners, if they're referring to a sub, call it a boat, the boat. I have to go to the boat. If you call a surface sailor's ship a boat, they'll get offended. But that's standard for submariners, and it's not any kind of lack of respect. That's just, we call it the boat. That way, if you're out and about somewhere, you're not necessarily saying, hey, get back to the submarine. You say that in a foreign country around the wrong people, and then that could be a bad thing. Even if they know they're in port, they could be like, oh, we need to follow that person around and see if they say anything loud or that they shouldn't when they get drunk. So the sub is the boat. End of September this year will be 30 years since I went to boot camp. So I got to my first boat in June of 95. So I'm a little over 29 years on submarines. Almost 30 years since I joined the Navy. And even though I only did 13 years, I went right from there to being a Navy civilian in the shipyard, still working on submarines. So, still Department of Navy, still just working on submarines. They're an amazing piece of equipment, and the amount of work that goes into them to keep them up, and the knowledge level of the crews that man those things. Unless you've actually experienced it, it's hard to describe. But you could like totally hate somebody, but as soon as you go to battle stations or there's a drill or an actual casualty, any of that conflict, any of that interpersonal stuff is just gone, and your only thought is to make sure everybody survives and the ship survives, because you all want to go home. But it's like, you can be coking and joking or arguing, alarm goes off. Talk about the most professional people you've ever seen. So that's something I'll miss. I don't know what that means. I'll have to look it up later. I don't know if you mean nubs or people that are window lickers. Because nubs aren't bad. It just means they haven't been on the ship very long and they're not qualified submarines yet. I can't remember how many months a fast attack sailor gets. If they're on a Trident sub, they have 2 patrols to qualify. I qualified in 1 patrol, and I didn't start until we were at sea. So I qualified my entire ship's card to get my Dolphins in 73 days out of a 75-day patrol. And actually, out of that 75 days, we had a part break, and we were in port for 18 hours. Non-existent person. Well, Yeah, but on a submarine, we make our own. So we bring in seawater. Different things we use to make seawater into fresh water for the use by the crew and also the equipment. And then other processes, we make our own oxygen. And the only food we have is stuff that we have on board, so your stored foods. So if you have somebody that can't stand to watch or that isn't qualified and can't help you save the ship, they're a non-useful body. They're an air breather. They're breathing your air, using your water, eating your food, not really contributing much of anything. So it's important for them to very quickly become a contributing part of the crew. Yeah. My entire adult life has been submarines. I'm glad I'm getting out of it because it's just too much stress. But there's part of me that gets misty-eyed, and you will probably see tears at some point. But it just comes from a lot of time doing it, and I'm very proud of the time that I spent. Oh, bugger. Uh-oh. Did he seriously already go live? What? My YouTube's being stupid. Jasper is live early. I should have had another 12 minutes, so I'm going to end this. I'm going to say, Hanako, let's go over to Jasper's live stream. Bye.